Assalamu alaikum, good afternoon everybody. I begin of course by acknowledging the traditional owners of this land, the Tubarabal and Jagara people. Pay respects to their elders past and present, and this was and always will be Aboriginal land. Friends, comrades, fighters for justice, we gather today in solidarity with two communities brutalized by the same systems of oppression: Palestinians under bombardment, denied food, water and medical aid, and for refugees. There are some still in limbo in Nauru and Papua New Guinea, and migrants are facing demonization and reluctance to support migration from our political elite. They are not the responsible for our housing crisis. A housing crisis is not because of refugees. It's nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Today is Palm Sunday. It commemorates Jesus, peace be upon him, his humble entry into Jerusalem, a symbol of peace that challenges politicians who claim faith but were denying compassion. Cruelty to refugees goes against the fundamental teachings of what their religious books are supposed to teach them. Yes. Do not oppress a foreigner, for you were foreigners in Egypt, Exodus. And for the Christians in our political elite who don't want to accept refugees, who demonize refugees, remember the words in Matthew 25:35. I was hungry and you gave me food. I was thirsty and you gave me drink. I was a stranger and you welcomed me. The Refugee Council of Australia reports that while our nation has settled almost 1 million refugees since 1947, today only 13,750 humanitarian visas are issued annually, half what Labor promised in its platform. 17,000 people are still trapped on temporary protection visas and safe haven enterprise visas. 10,000 more are in precarious visa categories. Application backlogs. Some people have been waiting 5 years for their claims to be processed. And Palestinians, although a few managed to get here, their special visas has not been granted. 60 refugees and asylum seekers are stranded in Papua New Guinea without permanent resettlement. Many were denied the chance to migrate to New Zealand because of Australia's conditions. New Zealand would take them, but Australia wouldn't let New Zealand take them. 124 people are still here on Nauru. Mostly, and they've been in limbo for 10 years. And 0 Palestinians have been given visas since October. This isn't a policy failure, it's a policy by design to demonize and compare our process with New Zealand. New Zealand offered to take 150 refugees from Australia's offshore detention in 2022. Australia blocked most of the transfers. Only a handful managed to make it. New Zealand prioritizes family reunification, community sponsorship, and has no offshore detention. All refugee cases are handled onshore. Why can't Australia do that? We're a much bigger country than New Zealand. We have the space, we have the capacity. And while Australia is shrinking its compassion, 1 million refugees in Rohingya refugees in Bangladesh have their rations cut by half because of lack of funding. 300,000 Afghans who tried to come to Australia and their visas are still being processed. I have 4 of my staff who I was a country director for Islamic relief in Afghanistan. 4 of them wanted to come to Australia. 5 families. Only 1 family has managed to get here. And they've been kicked, they fled to Pakistan, kicked out of Pakistan, fled to Iran, kicked out of Iran, and still their visa has not been granted.
What a shame.
This is the truth. When Palestinians flee bombs or Rohingya flee genocide, Australia, while not shutting the door completely tight, has not opened it enough. The same racism that justifies occupation abroad fuels detention at home. What do we want? We want our politicians to double humanitarian visas to 40,000. We want to end offshore detention, shut Nauru permanently, and resolve the 60 unfortunate refugees in Papua New Guinea. Separate community sponsorship from the CAPT program to expand resettlement. Sanction Israel. Stop arming genocide while denying its victims safety. Deal with the black backlogs and solve the problems with temporary residence visas. These aren't radical. This is not a radical request. It's a reasonable request, the bare minimum for human dignity. Change won't come from politicians in Canberra. It will come from us, from unions backing refugee workers, from students occupying arms factories, from communities housing the displaced. To the refugees here today, we say, we see you, we fight with you. To Labor and Liberal, we say, we will outlast your indifference. We say together, this is how we build a world where no one is illegal. Free Palestine, free the refugees, no to injustice, no to war.